Do you want more playing time? Do you want to be lights out when it's time to shoot that game-winning jumper? Do you want your teammates, your friends, the opposing team to look at you like you otherworldly on the court? Follow these 2 steps. Increase your shooting and be better than you ever have been before. We all know the game of basketball is changing. Everybody is trying to get in the game in different ways. Everybody has their own mixtapes. Everybody's on Baller's Life, trying to peddle their product. But one key aspect of the game, which has become increasingly important more than anything, is shooting. I have 2 solid tips that you can use to better increase your shooting. And these are 2 things that maybe you thought about them, maybe you haven't, but these 2 things are really, 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 really going to enhance your shooting, make you a lights out shooter, make you clutch, and give you the confidence to get more playing time, bust people ass, to just to be the better version of yourself on the basketball court. Tip number 1, before you start playing basketball, you need to warm up properly. And when I mean warm up properly, you're gonna warm up with dribbling. Yes, I said it, dribbling. You're like, well, how can I become a better shooter if I'm working on my dribbling or whatever the case is? When you warm up with the proper dribble, it will give you a better feel for the basketball. Shooting is primarily about touch and feel. That's why if you notice people that don't have a lot of touch and feel, they're shooting bricks that are like hitting the backboard, hitting the rim and just bouncing away off. Everybody's, you know what I'm saying? They're like brick city. You're building a house full of bricks or whatever the case is. That's because that person doesn't have any touch and any feel for the ball. You need to warm up with dribbling. And when I mean dribbling, I don't mean just any kind of random dribbling. You need to have purposeful dribbling. So you need to follow this kind of workout regimen. 20-pound dribbles in your right hand, then 6-pound dribbles in your right hand, then 1-pound dribble in your right hand. 3 in a row. And you do the same thing in your left hand. Then from there you go pound cross, 20 times, left and right to each hand. Then you're gonna do pound between the legs, pound between the legs. So pound with your right between your legs, pound with your left between the legs. You can do that 20 times, then 6 times, then 1 time. Similar to the pound dribble that you first started. Then you're gonna do pound behind the back, 20, then 6, then 1. Same way. So the reason you do that is to develop a touch and a feel for the ball, and it'll make you more comfortable when you catch the ball, because not only are you able to dribble the ball, now you're able to get a feel, you know where it is. And when you're doing these dribbles with the basketball, your feet need to remain like shoulder width apart, and you need to be at a low distance with your head up. So like your back needs to be at a lower distance, like you're being guarded by a defender. But here's the trick: you can't move your legs. So it's a stationary dribbling drill that you can't move your legs. And the reason why this is so important, because it teaches you how to get the space between the ball and your body, so you get a good functionality of how the ball is working around your body. You get a feel for the basketball, and you're getting the ball, your head is up, so you're not looking at the ball the whole time. A lot of people make the mistake when they're dribbling, their head is down. In a game of basketball, you can't play with your head down. You got to play with your head up. So it works on a whole lot of things. It works on your spatial skills. It works on your touch and your feel, and it works on your handles. But that touch and the feel is gonna translate itself into your shooting, because you need good touch and good feel for the ball. That's why Klay Thompson, Steph Curry, Reggie Miller, all those guys, Ray Allen, whenever they shoot a shot and they shoot it, it doesn't necessarily always break away from the rim and it's going back at 100 miles an hour. It's always bouncing up and down, kind of rolling in and out of the hoop, because they have proper touch and proper feel. All that comes up from the warming up with the dribbling. And if you notice, that's why Steph Curry warms up with, first thing he kind of warms up with is the dribbling. He does his dribbling drills and all that. You know, everybody's crazy with the 2 balls, but essentially he first started with 1 ball. Start one ball, dribble in between the legs, pound dribble, 26 and 1, then between the legs, 26 and 1, behind the back, 26 and 1, and he gets a rhythm for the ball. He gets the spatial awareness, intelligence of how the ball's gonna move around his body. He gets the feel and the tact of the ball. It's in his hands. So now he's ready to control it a whole lot heck of a better than somebody who doesn't start with the dribbling. The second thing that you can help to work on your shooting, to be a better shooter, to be a lights out shooter, form shooting. But what I mean form shooting, I mean catch and shoot form shooting. So if you have somebody to rebound for you, that helps. If you don't, what you can do is you can roll the ball, you can throw the ball in the air and roll it back to yourself. What you're gonna do is you're gonna start in the paint close to the basket. You're gonna make 5 shots. You're gonna back up right before the free throw line. You're gonna make 5 shots. You're gonna go behind the free throw line. You're gonna make 5 shots. So it's close. You're gonna go behind the free throw line as close to the 3-point line as you possibly can. 5 shots. So you're gonna go behind the 3-point line. 5 shots. Either somebody's rebounding for you and you're catching and shooting, or you're throwing the ball, you're rolling the ball back to yourself, catching and shooting. You're gonna do that from front of the. So you're gonna go directly front of the basket. The 2 diagonals at the side of the basket, you're gonna do 4 spots, 5 shots each, and then from the sides of the basket. So altogether, you're gonna make 100 shots, and you're only gonna count the shots that go cleanly in the rim. I'm not gonna say, if you want to make it more challenging for yourself, you can shoot shots. You can't only count the shots that actually go swish, but that's like a whole nother form of accuracy. I don't think you have like multiple hours on the court to do that. So if you have multiple hours on the court, by all means, but just count the ones that go cleanly in, not the ones that bobble in or hit the backboard and go in, but the ones that, that go in, that's a clean make. That's 100 shots that you made in a session off the form shooting. So you're going to start off with the dribbling, stationary dribbling drills. Then you're going to move on to shooting the form shots. The form shots, not only did you make 100 shots, you made 100 shots from all aspects of the court. And they're all deliberate shots. So you got a feel from the ball dribbling. Now you're getting a feel for your shot up close, mid-range, behind the 3-point line. You gotta understand this. In basketball, you gotta be ready to catch and shoot the ball. If you can't do anything on the court, if you could catch and shoot the ball, you have a place to play on the court. And then you worked on your stationary dribbling drills. So now not only can you catch the ball and shoot, now you can do things off the dribble a little bit because you practice some of those things. You practice the basics, the fundamentals. Form shooting is a fundamental that you need to really implement, and you need to have proper form, as much proper form as you possibly can. Everybody's form is a little different, but what I mean is you really have to practice those deliberate shots, because here's the problem with a lot of people. They play ball, but they don't practice enough. And so like one time they'll get a good practice session and then they'll be like, oh, like whatever, I did one good session and now I'm ready to play whenever. But the thing is, if you consistently do the dribbling drills and do the form shooting, you're going to be lights out, and you'll be able to take people off the dribble, and you'll be more comfortable any spot on the court to shoot the basketball. Notice when I told you the form shooting, it wasn't like you just shot from the front of the basket. You're shooting at the diagonal. You're shooting at the side. You're shooting at the other side. Every single spot on the floor, you're touching it. So when you get a ball with the ball at a certain spot on the court, it's not like you're only relegated to one spot for shooting on the court. You can shoot anywhere on the court. It doesn't matter. And practice makes perfect. If you do these 2 things, stationary dribbling drills and form shooting, and practice it consistently, you're going to be lights out. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You might not have a bad day shooting. Of course, everybody has a bad day shooting the basketball. But in terms of consistency, you'll be one of the most consistent guys scoring the basketball, because not only can you dribble and you can shoot, and shooting is like 60. I would say 60% of the game right now. You need to be able to knock down shots. And one of the things that I want to leave you with, the reason why these 2 drills are so important, why you should be doing them consistently every time you hit the court before you ball, you want to be the guy that people fear on the court. Bruce Lee had a great quote. He said, "I fear not a man who has practiced 10,000 kicks once. I fear the man that has practiced one kick 10,000 times." let me tell you something. You do the stationary dribbling drills and you shoot those 100 shots, and let's just say you get 10 sessions in, that's already 1,000 shots you've hit in 10 sessions. That's already over how many 100 dribbles you've taken. You will be feared on that court. And the reason the form shooting is so imperative as well, you think about this, you're practicing the same shot over and over and over. And the best part is you don't have to do it 5 times at each spot. You can do 10 times at each spot. Now at the end of your session, you made 200 makes. You could do 20 times at each spot. At the end of your session, you probably gonna make 400 makes. So you could up the ante as much as you want. I'm just saying start out with 5. And where I got all of this information from was from the Stephen Curry's mastery class. I'm going to put a link in the video for the review that I did for Stephen Curry's mastery class. Check out that review of his mastery class to see if that's something that you want to partake in. Who else better to learn from than the greats? Steph Curry is one of the best ball handlers of all time, one of the best, if not the best shooter of all time. If the best shooter of all time does form shooting and he does stationary dribble drills before he starts to play the game, I'm going to do the same thing. And I really advise that you do the same. Hoops Junction, where hoops meets hoopla. Like, comment, subscribe.